It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. This is it, folks. We've waited all year for this. This is the middle school finale. We started out with 16 middle schools and now we're down to the final 2. Which one will be the new county champ? Let's meet the teams right now and we'll get started. First of all, would you please welcome back our reigning champ, Greenbelt Middle School, represented today by Samia. You can wave to everybody, Samia. Timothy, their great champ, there is in the center, and Victoria Boy, she knows it all over there. She's here representing her school. If they win today, it will be their 3rd county championship. They're playing against Kenmoor. Kenmoor over there represented by Fidel there in the center. Jedediah is here, and over there rocking it is Atticus. Kenmoor has won more county championships, 10 in the last 39 years, and any other school, they're looking for their 11th. Big stakes here today. On this program, as in all of our shows, we have 6 categories of questions. Here they are.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing, and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here in the Science Bowl, our game board. Easier questions on the left with 5 and 10 points. Tougher ones 15, 20, and 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. End of the 2 rounds today, we will have a gold medalist and a silver medalist, a champion and a runner-up. All elite students, we're proud of all of them. Let's go over and make sure that everything works properly before we start. Let's go to the red team. Tim, give it a push. Thank you. Let's go to that green team. Fidel. All right, looking good, sounding good. Everybody ready to do this? May the better team win. We're going to have a great game here. We go alphabetically G before K. So, Tim, let's do it.
Body systems for 25.
Body for 25 points. Multiple choice question. One of the consequences of thyroid disease is exophthalmia, in which a person's eyes narrow, bulge out, or become crossed. Greenbelt.
Bulge out?
They bulge out, absolutely. Ophthalmia, absolutely right. Go red, good answer.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo for 25. Look at the monitor, it's a visual question. Nasty looking creature called a lamprey. Lampreys are one of only 2 species of vertebrates that lack these M-initialed bones, better known as jaws. Greenbelt. Let's go over to Kenmoor. Another name for jaws, an M-initialed bone. Lampreys, one of only 2 species of vertebrates that lack them.
Mandibles?
Mandibles is right. Yes, indeed. Good. Good comeback. Go green.
Can you go zoo parade for 20?
Zoo parade for 20 points. You may indeed. While, listen carefully, while both octopus and chameleons are famous for changing color to camouflage themselves, the color changes are just as often used to convey these E-initialed states. Greenbelt?
Emotions.
Emotions, yeah. Thank you, Victoria. Like anger and fear. Good. Go. All right.
Let's get physical for 25, please.
Physical, 25. Big one in that category. During volcanic eruptions, colliding particles of ash create this form of energy. Yes, Kenmoor.
Thermal energy?
Not thermal energy, good try. During volcanic eruptions, Greenbelt, colliding particles of ash create this form of energy, which leads to the formation of dirty thunderstorms.
Static electricity?
Electricity is correct, yes, good, go.
Is science potpourri for 25?
Potpourri for 25, the big one in that category. Astronauts who spend more than 6 months in space, as many of them do aboard the International Space Station, they often develop hydrocephalus, meaning this happens. What happens, Greenbelt?
They get water on their brains.
Water on the brain, absolutely. Hydro is the water prefix, and cephalus is the suffix for head or brain. Good, good. Go red.
Green things for 25.
Green for 25. Careful with your answer here. No matter how you plant a seed, upside down or right side up, the root will find its way down. Great. Kenmoor has
pass
something
it to
tell me.
Atticus.
Atticus,
It
take your hand down so I can hear you.
Sorry, it senses the water.
Not quite, not quite. Let me finish it for Greenbelt. Greenbelt, no matter how you plant a seed, upside down or downside up, the root will find its way down, and the stem its way up, because of what G initial process?
Geotropism.
It is geotropism. That's right. It's responding to gravity. Good. Good comeback. Go red.
Dayline signs for 25.
Dateline, 25 points. Big one in that category. Demonstrated at the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This famous Italian said, Greenbelt,
Galileo.
Galileo said all falling bodies, irrespective of size, descend at the same speed. You got that right. You're off to a fast start. Come on, Kenmoor. Let's jump back in here. Go red.
Body systems for 20.
Body, 20 points. 3-part answer. If you have a sinus infection or find you're swallowing saliva, you might go to see an ENT doctor.
Ears, nose, throat.
Ear, nose, and throat. That's right. They specialize in treating those 3 parts of the body. Yes, sir. Go.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. On August 14th this year, an astronomical event called a conjunction occurred when these 2 planets, and more.
Jupiter and Saturn.
Not Jupiter and Saturn. These 2 planets, numbers 4 and 5 in our solar system, were at their closest points to each other. What 2 planets were in that conjunction, Greenbelt?
Mars and Jupiter.
Mars and Jupiter is correct. Yes, indeed. Good comeback there. Good try, Kenmoor. Go red, please.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri, 20 points. 2-part answer. When an animal like a bear is hibernating, what 2 vital signs are barely detectable? Barely detectable. Kenmoor says, we know this. Come on, guys.
Breathing and heart rate.
You got that right. Heartbeat and breathing. Hard to know that they are still taking place. All right. Come on. Go back.
Can we go green things for 20?
Green things, 20 points. Question is as follows. Unlike other plants, cactus perform reverse photosynthesis, closing their pores during the day and then collecting carbon dioxide at night when the temperature is lower, all to minimize what process, Kenmoor?
Transpiration.
Evaporation is right, yes indeed. And with that, that takes you over the century mark. That buzzer says our first round is over and our score is Greenbelt 235 and Kenmoor 115. Round 2 coming ahead in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. We made a score adjustment. The answer to that last question was evaporation and not transpiration. So the scores that you see now are correct. Let's talk to our players before we ask any more science questions. Let's go to Greenbelt. A few personal ones over there. Tim, tell us, how do you guys prepare for the Science Bowl? Tell us how much you practice, if you do.
Yeah, we do a very rigorous practice routine where we practice 4 or 5 times a week for an hour and 15 minutes.
Wow.
And an hour and 45 minutes.
And how do you have a shadow team that you practice against?
Well, generally we'll split up into groups and practice among them.
Very nice, very nice. All right. Tell us about yourselves. Tim, what do you do in your spare time?
Mostly reading and playing chess, running, playing my instruments.
Yeah. What instrument do you play?
I play baritone, piano, and bagpipes.
Wow. You're a musician, a little band all on yourself over there. Yeah, and I know you're a runner because I know Jedediah is a runner over there too, and I think you guys know each other pretty well. Yeah, all right. Tell me a little bit about your school. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Mr. Clement.
Thank you. And you have 2 great coaches, don't you? Who are they?
Dr. Pippe and Ms. Pagunson.
And they take this very, very seriously, and I know they're proud of you. And someday, what do you want to do, Tim?
I want to become a nuclear engineer.
Wonderful. You'll be perfect for that, whatever you want to do. I like your discipline. Samia, nice to have you on the show. Tell us your plans? What do you want to do professionally one day?
My dad, he's been teaching me a lot of coding, so I want to do something in computer science and hopefully something in math as well. I like math.
Wow. So you're a real STEM representative. You do it all there. I know your dad has to be proud that you want to follow in his footsteps. What do you do in your spare time?
Like Timothy, I also read a lot and I play my flute and I also learn how to code and do coding experiments.
Very nice. Speaking of playing the flute, there's a new middle school in Prince George's County called Ellen Ochoa Middle School, named for astronaut Ellen Ochoa. And when she was on the space shuttle, she played her flute. She's been playing her flute her whole life there. Thanks for sharing that with us. Victoria, nice to have you with us today. Tell us about your plans someday. What do you want to do?
Definitely go to college, maybe travel a little bit, and yeah, definitely I want to go into a career with some veterinary medicine.
Yeah, and you know, asking what you want to do, you're going to come in contact with so many other people and have so many different experiences. Your life can go this way or that way depending on some of the things you see or do. We hope this helps in one small way to convince you to do something maybe science-oriented. But whatever you do, you know you've got our back here. Let's go over and talk to the other team. Kenmoor, nice to have you guys here. All right, Fidel, principal at Kenmoor.
Our principal is Miss Rebecca Turner.
Wonderful. And your coach?
Our coach is Miss Smallwood.
That's right, she's out there. And you brought someone else today too. Don't you have your vice principal with you?
Yeah, our vice principal, Miss Lee.
Yeah, absolutely. I know she's out there rooting for you. Tell me how you guys practice and get ready.
Usually we practice on every Thursday, and the practices are usually, I think, 1 hour, 15 minutes. We play against, there's a lot of us, so we play against around like 4 teams, and all of us just play. Like sometimes we get study material to read, to look into, and just to increase our
knowledge. You guys take it seriously too, and it shows. It shows. Someday, Fidel, you are going to be. Don't you want to be engineer?
Yeah, I want to be a civil or mechanical engineer.
Yeah, all right. So you're a good math guy and a science guy. You're demonstrating that here. You're such a good captain over there. Jedediah, also engineer, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you have a plan B? Something else you might want to do?
Maybe something like writing or, yeah.
Something like that. All right. But I know you enjoy being you're running and all the other things you do, enjoy being a kid. It's a great time of life. Atticus, tell us about yourself. You do not want to be an engineer. You told me you might be interested in being a florist. Tell me about that. How'd you get interested?
So, big thing is just, I think flowers look pretty, and so I like, the main thing I do is just like put them in arrangements together, but I got inspired to do it because my mom likes making these little wreaths full of flowers to hang on our doors.
Yeah, very nice, yeah. And flowers, hey, if someone delivers flowers to you, it makes your day. You know, and the way it looks, and then there are floral arrangements for weddings and for funerals and graduations, and also it's an important thing. Nice to have you with us today, young man. Let's get back to our game. Last correct answer came from the green team. So Kenmoor, where do we go next? All the 25 pointers and most of the 20s are gone. Where to, Fidel?
Can you go Dateline Science for 20?
Dateline for 20 points. Blood banks across the country are running low on this type of blood. Only 7% of the population, Greenbelt.
Oh, negative?
Yes, indeed, we will take that, yes. Known as the universal donor. Anybody can accept that. You can be given to anybody. Good answer. Go, red.
Body systems for 15.
Body for 15 points. Question is as follows. Because the cells that make it up have 10 times as many energy-making mitochondria as all the other muscles, this muscle doesn't ever get tired, Greenbelt.
Heart.
Your heart. It's a good thing it never does get tired, or we would just, that's it. All right, go red.
Super 8 for 15.
Super 8, 15 points. Question for you. Olympic sprinter Noah Lyles may be the fastest man on earth, but this flightless bird would beat him since it can run the 100-yard dash. Tim.
Ostrich.
An ostrich. Ostrich can run the 100-yard dash in 6.04 seconds. Lau took 9.78. Go red.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical, 15 points. In the Olympics, no sport illustrates Newton's third law of motion better than the trampoline.
Every action has equal and opposite
You got that
reaction.
right. As soon as it lands on the mat, you spring back up. Nicely done. Go green.
Can we do science potpourri for 15?
You may indeed. 15 points. Potpourri is a visual question. Look at the monitor, please. Although the terms are used interchangeably, when a moth pupates, the covering is called a cocoon. But the covering for a butterfly...
Chrysalis.
A chrysalis, that's right. Atticus was way ahead of me on that. The chrysalis is the pupa for the butterfly. Go.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo, 10. Question. According to German legend, Estri, the goddess of spring, created the first hare, H-A-R-E, from a bird. To show its gratitude, the hare has ever since done this very unmammalian thing on Easter Sunday. The same thing Fidel.
Pass it to Jedediah.
Jedediah.
They pass out eggs.
It does what?
Eggs. They pass out eggs. They give eggs.
It lays an egg, absolutely right. Just like monotremes, like echidnas and platypuses do regularly. That's it. Good. Go green.
Can we go green things for 15?
Green for 15 points. Here's your question. This plant, the fastest growing type of grass.
Bamboo?
It is bamboo, absolutely right. And I was going to say that it flowers every 40 years synchronously all around the world, and then the plant dries. You're right on top of that one. Good. Go. Green. Red.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline, 15 points. If you saw the Paris Olympics, the symbol was a cauldron that flew above the Olympics. It was intended as a tribute to the first balloon ride taken in a balloon filled with this gas. Greenbelt?
Helium?
No, ma'am. No, sir. Kenmoor? That balloon was filled with this gas, the first element on the periodic table back in 1783.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, yes, yeah. And remember, that's why they were exploding back then. They finally got wise. Good. Go. Green.
Can we do science potpourri for 10?
Potpourri, 10 points. Question. In order to make teenagers more fearful of sun tanning, doctors are reminding them that UV stands for the form of energy.
Ultraviolet.
What form of energy?
Radiation.
Ultraviolet radiation. That's what I want to hear. Good. All right. You filled in the blank. Go.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. Your question. The new artificial cornea used when transplanting one from a cadaver, a dead body, is not possible, is made of a plastic dome surrounded by a ring made of what strong chemical element? Greenbelt. What you got? Let's go to Kenmoor.
Titanium?
It is titanium. You got it just in time. I was going to give you the TI. Victoria says, whoa, I surprised myself. Nice answer. Go red.
Body system for 10.
Body for 10. Among the reasons we humans are good runners is the spring-like Achilles tendon in our heel, and this found in the soles of our feet. Greenbelt. Let's go to Kenmoor. What do we find in our feet that makes us good runners? It's in the area of the sole. The arch. You have an arch in your foot. No points. Go again. Red.
Green things for 10.
Green for 10. Hummingbirds. Get this. They don't require large digestive systems because they feed primarily on what? Very sweet liquid.
Nectar.
Nectar, yeah. It doesn't have to be digested. It's already very digestible. Go again. Green.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Taylor Swift concerts are often so loud and boisterous that they register on what nearby scales?
Decibels.
Not decibels, no. Kenmoor, the Swift concerts are so loud and boisterous they register on what nearby scales that measure earthquakes?
Pastor Jedediah.
Jed.
A seismograph?
Richter scale. Richter scale is what I'm looking for there. No points. Go green. Fidel.
Green things for 5.
Green for 5. Your question. If something is simple to do, it's often described as being as easy as falling off one of these.
Bridge.
No, it's as easy as falling off one of these green things.
A tree?
A log. Falling off a log. Maybe you've never heard that expression. Go again, green. We have 4 questions left. Yes.
Body systems for 5.
Body for 5. I never thought about this. The tiny reflection of oneself that can be seen in the eye of another person is seen in this eye part, which in Latin means little girl. Greenbelt.
Retina?
Not the retina. Good try. The tiny reflection of yourself you see in someone else's eye is seen in this eye part.
Cornea.
What's that?
Cornea.
The pupil. The pupil. The black part in there. That's where you see your reflection. All right, go again, Green.
Zoo parade for 5.
Zoo for 5. When penguins leap out of the water when swimming fast to escape predators, they're said to be imitating these mammals that leap from the water the same way. Greenbelt.
Seals?
Not seals.
Dolphins.
Dolphins, yes, or it's called porpoising. Yes, good. Green.
Let's get physical for 5.
Physical for 5 points. The paths taken by electrons as they travel around an atom's nucleus have what same name as the path?
Orbitals?
Orbits that planets take around the sun is correct, yes. Yes, sir.
Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Maybe you never thought about this. Salt is not a spice like pepper. It's not an herb like parsley.
It's a mineral.
It's a mineral, yeah, that never loses its flavor or taste. Last question of the game is Dateline for 5 points. Here it is. April 13th, 2029. In the future, Earth will experience a near miss as one of these celestial bodies comes. Greenbelt?
Comet?
Not a comet. In 2029, Earth will experience a near miss as one of these celestial bodies comes within 20,000 miles of colliding with our planet.
A meteor.
An asteroid. An asteroid was the right answer there. And with that, our game is over. They've used up all of our questions here. We'll be back and crown a winner in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back. What a game this was. We knew it was going to be close. It was close in terms of the playing here. The score tells you that we had 6 outstanding students here, all elite players. You're looking at Prince George's finest right now. Gold medals around the necks of the players at Greenbelt, silver medals around the necks of the players over there at Kenmoor. We hope that they wear them proudly because we are proud of all of you guys here. Would you please introduce who's standing behind you there, Fidel? Who's back there?
First we have our coach, Miss Smallwood, our alternates, Levon, Michaela, and Nicholas, and our 8th grade assistant principal, Miss Lee.
Let's have a round of applause for our silver medalists today. What a year you have had. What a tradition you've had. 10 county championships, and you're not done yet. You're not done yet. Earning their 3rd county championship, the team from Greenbelt. Nice round of applause for them. Timothy, you told me how much you practiced. It's paid off. Tell us who's back there.
We have our coaches, Dr. Pippett and Miss Bagunson, our assistant principal, Miss Wehrman, and our alternates, Robert, Charles, and Augustine.
Notice he didn't have to look around. He knew everything. He's got it done, Pat. He's just a great young man. All of you folks are just terrific. And thank you for this 39th season. It has been a great one, and we hope to see you again sometime. We hope to see you again. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being fans of the Science Bowl. And my thanks also to all the people behind the scenes here, Wayne Brown, George Crawford, Rodney Jones, and my alter ego here, Chuck Wolf, who makes all of this happen. Round of applause for them. And even though you cannot see them, sitting off here to the right in the shadows are people who are indispensable. These are the judges who sit here every week. They make sure everything is fair and accurate, and we don't pay them. They're all volunteers. We give them cookies sometimes, but it is just, they are a great team, and they have been with us also for many, many years because of their love of science. We hope you were able to answer some of these questions. We hope, too, that if you aspire to something in STEM, some kind of science career, that this might be an opportunity for you, and we hope that it sparks an idea. I'm Dave Zarin, and I enjoy doing this all the time. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again. Bye-bye.